The Ethereum spot ETFs have been officially approved by the SEC and are going live tomorrow. What can we expect as far as price action for Ethereum as well as the rest of the market? And reports are coming in that Gary Gensler is going to resign by February 2025, and Congressman Wiley Nickel, who's a top Democrat, kind of gave some credence to this by hinting he's working with Kamala Harris to try to reset crypto policy. And talks are heating up around the United States adding Bitcoin as a reserve currency, as expectations are that Donald Trump is going to speak at the Bitcoin conference and announce his plan to add Bitcoin as a reserve currency for the US. We're going to break this down and much more. Let's get into it. Hey everybody, welcome into the Thinking Crypto podcast, your home for cryptocurrency news and interviews. I'm your host, Tony Edward. On your way in, please hit that subscribe button as well as the thumbs up button and leave a comment below. If you're listening on a podcast platform such as Spotify or Apple, please leave a 5-star rating and review. Well, folks, we got the official approval of the Ethereum spot ETFs coming straight from the SEC. As we've been talking about, the anticipation was that these ETFs would go live tomorrow, Tuesday, July 23rd, and indeed they are going live. So let's see what the market does. I think you could see a small pump. I don't think there's going to be immediate fireworks. I think there will be a lagging effect on the markets here because the inflows will start going into Ethereum, and then the media coverage will start driving a lot of FOMO and interest in crypto. Bitcoin kind of did the opposite, where there was a lot of pumps, a lot of anticipation around those ETFs, and Bitcoin hit a new all-time high, and then there was a buy the rumor, sell the news event where we had a correction, obviously, and we're coming out of that correction. So we'll see how the Ethereum ETFs have an immediate impact, but I think this is more of a long term where I think months from now, we're going to see the impact of it. Because the majority of the TradFi demand from institutional investors and so forth was around Bitcoin. Don't get me wrong, there is a demand for Ethereum, but not on the same level. I've said before that I believe the Ethereum spot ETFs will see 25 to 30% of the inflows that Bitcoin saw. So it's certainly not on the same level. But guys, this absolutely opens the door for many other altcoin ETFs, and it's very bullish for the altcoin market, given that Ethereum is the top altcoin. It is number 2 behind Bitcoin. So exciting times, folks. And here's what Eric Balchunas of Bloomberg had to say. It's official. Spot ETH ETFs have been made effective by the SEC. The 424B forms are rolling in now. The last step equals all systems go for tomorrow's 9:30 a.m. launch. Game on. The web page is live as well. Let the marketing wars commence. So, guys, exciting times, very bullish. We have to be patient. We are waiting for new all-time highs, of course, for Bitcoin, Ethereum, and other altcoins, so we can take our profits, of course. But it's a process to get there, and the on and off ramps are being built for this asset class, and these are TradFi on ramps, these ETFs. I personally don't invest in crypto ETFs. I invest in other types of ETFs as it relates to the traditional markets and stocks and so forth. But with crypto, I buy directly and I self-custody. So look, if you buy via the ETFs, I'm not upset about that, but just understand the benefits of holding directly and being your own bank, so to speak. Now, Nate Geraci of the ETF store shared the following. It's a press release from the world's largest asset manager, which is BlackRock, and it came out today. Here's a quick quote from it. Ethereum's appeal lies in its decentralized nature and its potential to drive digital transformation in finance and other industries. Now, let's move ahead, guys. We got reports here, and this is coming from 10x Research founder Marcus Thielen. He says he expects SEC Chair Gary Gensler to resign by February 2025, post-Biden term. So I think this is kind of a obvious thing that if Biden is absolutely out and the Democrats don't win again, Gensler is going to be gone, right? He's going to get kicked out by Trump because obviously Trump is on the Republican side. So most likely he'll jump ship as soon as he can. But Gensler's got to go. And we've been calling for his firing for a long time. But we know he's been empowered by Elizabeth Warren, who's been, empowered by the TradFi incumbents. And Biden, of course, is just listening to Elizabeth Warren. And clearly he wasn't cognitively there. I've never heard Biden say one word about crypto, positive, negative, or anything. All we've seen is Elizabeth Warren's agenda, anti-crypto army, and all that nonsense. Now, you may say, well, this is one guy's opinion, right? Well, Enter Congressman Wiley Nickel, who I've interviewed and had on the podcast. I'm actually trying to get him back on. He was interviewed today by Bloomberg, and I'm going to play the clip for you. And he was asked if Kamala Harris would let Gary Gensler stay at the SEC. He said he's working behind the scenes for a reset on crypto policy. Now, remember, this is a top Democrat. I've told you guys, Democrats have turned their backs on Elizabeth Warren and Gary Gensler. They know that's not a hill they want to die on. They're going to get demolished, especially with the war chest of money that has been accrued by the crypto industry, over $160 million. So you oppose crypto, whether you're Republican or Democrat, you are going to get destroyed. We saw it on Super Tuesday. We saw it in the primaries as well. Let me play the clip for you.
So when it comes to some of the policies that you care about, crypto, for example, we talk to you about with frequency. Would you expect her to differ from the Biden administration? For example, would you think that she would allow Gary Gensler to continue on as chair of the SEC?
You know, that's obviously an important issue to me. You know, I fought so hard to get 71 Democrats to join with my Republican colleagues on Fit 21, you know, the first time we've ever voted on crypto legislation. And I'm really hopeful that we're going to see a little bit of a reset from Vice President Harris. I'm working behind the scenes to encourage them to embrace digital innovation, to keep those jobs here in the United States. So I'm hopeful that we'll see, you know, some good comments come out of this new campaign, because this is she is running in her own right, and that's an issue I think that really matters, especially because we're seeing Donald Trump going to Tennessee on Saturday to give a major speech on crypto. Mm-hmm. We can't let this be a partisan issue. It's got to stay in that bipartisan category.
So there you have it, folks. And notice he highlighted that he fought hard to get those 71 Democrats to help pass the Fit 21 crypto regulation bill, which was put out by the Republican Patrick McHenry. So he has done some work, guys. So shout out to Representative Wiley Nickel. He's definitely pro-innovation, pro-tech. And I met him in person when I was in DC back in May, and I had a nice conversation with him. So like I said, I interviewed him, so you can check out that interview, and I'll try to get him back on as well. But this is not a good sign for Gary Gensler. Now, speaking of Kamala Harris, the Digital Chamber, which is a crypto advocacy group, they sent a letter to Kamala Harris, and they said, with very important requests to support the digital asset industry, it's in the best interest of the American people for Democrats to embrace this technology fully. They tagged the vice president and saying, the VP has a unique chance to lead this charge. Here are our 3 key asks. Advocate for pro-digital asset language in the party's platform. Ensure the party's platform reflects the potential benefits of digital assets and blockchain technology. Select a vice presidential candidate sophisticated in digital asset policy. Choose a running mate with a proven track record in digital asset technology, such as Colorado Governor Jared Polis. Engage with industry leaders. Engage in open dialogue with digital asset and blockchain industry leaders to craft supportive policies. Now, guys, I don't know what Kamala Harris is going to do. I don't know who her running mate's going to be, obviously, but I think there's a strong chance that she may embrace this. I may not listen to Elizabeth Warren, given all the losses, given how bad the Democrats are doing in the polls right now with Biden dropping out and much more, right? And Trump has been on a tear campaigning with this issue. Like I said, he's going to be at the Bitcoin conference this week talking about crypto. So I think that the Democrats can pull this off. Will it help them? I think it may be a bit too late for them, because they let Elizabeth Warren drive the car, and now that car has crashed. So that car is on fire, in fact. So it's a mess that they allowed Elizabeth Warren and Gary Gensler to do this nonsense. But look, who knows, right? Maybe they go 180 and go super offensive, where they pass something in the Senate. I don't know, right? Then they could absolutely change the perception. But as of right now, man, they can't even keep up with Donald Trump. So we'll see. But I love that what the chamber did here. This is a smart move, and putting it out publicly, putting the pressure. Perry Ann Boring, who's the founder, says calling on Vice President Harris to prioritize the U.S. national security by championing global leadership in blockchain technology. So this is great. This is what we want to see. And hopefully Congressman Wiley Nickel can get more of these Democrats as well to support this movement. I'm also going to be interviewing Congressman Ro Khanna this week. I'm going to ask him about the crypto roundtable that took place recently with Mark Cuban, what he's doing, what he's hearing. So I'm going to bring you guys the information straight from the horse's mouth. Now, quick word from our sponsor, and that is VeChain, which is one of the top layer one enterprise blockchains out there, guys. VeChain is working with many big brands around the world to build Web3 technology, decentralized applications and ecosystems, and much more. Some of the brands they work with include Givenchy, BMW, Walmart China, PwC, Boston Consulting Group, and many more. Some of the great attributes of the VeChain blockchain include it is secure, affordable, scalable, fast, and sustainable. I've been a VET token holder for a long time, for many years, and I'm very bullish on this project. And I've been buying the token in the dips. So if you'd like to learn more about VeChain, go to vchain.org. Link will be in the description. Now, guys, let's talk about Donald Trump and his upcoming plans to speak at the Bitcoin conference. There's rumors that he's going to present his plan to make Bitcoin a reserve currency for the United States. And all of a sudden, CNBC is talking about this. They had a guest on, and they discussed the possibility of the United States government holding Bitcoin as a reserve currency. I'm not going to play the clip for you because it's pretty straightforward, where the guest pretty much says, hey, it's possible. We'll have to wait and see, though, right? We don't have anything concrete right now. But the United States government does have some Bitcoin that it's holding from what it has seized, with Silk Road and other things. So let's see, folks, if mainstream media is starting to run with this narrative, these are narratives that pop up for the bull market to send the price higher. So I want to sound the alarm a bit here, not the full alarm, but maybe a little smidge to get your attention. Have a plan. We could see a big run up in Bitcoin later this month, next month. It could happen. So I don't know. I don't have a crystal ball, but when you see things like this being covered by the mainstream media, right, expect that we could see some sort of pump, and you want to have a plan where you know what price points you're taking profits at, because we can see a quick run up and then pull back and so forth, and that could be it. I'm not saying that's the end of the bull market, but just be ready is my point. Have a spreadsheet, something written down. What am I taking profits on for Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, XRP, Cardano, whatever the hell you hold, right? Even if it's meme coins and so forth, know what your plan is, because I've been here for multiple bull market cycles. I messed up where I didn't take profits and things ran away. Now, I'm not saying you cash out everything at once. We got to follow the charts and see how the metrics and the signals look, which tell us if the top of the market is near and so forth. But be ready, because I'm seeing the groundwork being laid here. Trump at the Bitcoin conference, mainstream media saying Bitcoin reserve currency for the United States. Elon Musk, laser eyes. He's going to possibly appear at the Bitcoin conference. I think some big announcements are coming. And I hope you understand what I'm saying. I'm just trying to share my experience where I've messed up and not having a plan. Now, with regards to crypto and politics, Tyler Winklevoss and Cameron Winklevoss, the Winklevoss twins, have been on a tear lately. You remember I reported to you guys they donated to John Deaton, who's running against Elizabeth Warren. They donated to Trump and much more. They tweeted out politicians like AOC, so talking about Alexandria Cortez, believe that crypto is a special interest group. They should fire their political consultants because they obviously didn't give them the data. Crypto is owned by at least 50 million Americans. This means that it is a general interest group. Anti-crypto politicians are starting to learn a very painful lesson that attacking crypto is political suicide. Never again will the Beltway swamp creatures treat our industry this way onward. Look, they're putting their money where their mouth is. But this is why Trump has been campaigning so hard. And I've often stated, look, I was born at night, but I wasn't born last night. I know the game politicians play. I know they say things to get votes and get elected, right? But that's the nature of politics. So even if Trump doesn't own Bitcoin and he doesn't fulfill his promise of making Bitcoin a reserve currency, I don't care, as long as he's not negative on it, right? And this could have been Biden. I believe crypto should not be a partisan issue. The only reason it is because of Elizabeth Warren. So interesting thoughts here by Tyler. Let's move ahead, guys. Remember, I've been telling you about Van Eck and their subsidiary launching a stablecoin, AUSD, or the Agora Dollar. Well, Drake Evans, which is one of the founders of Agora, tweeted out some information here which highlights how efficient this stable coin is. And it's really game changing because they said here this is the first of a multi-part series outlining how Agora Dollar achieved the most gas-efficient fiat coin transfers, reducing gas costs by 25+% and the tools we use to get there. And he provided a whole thread. Now, this stablecoin is built on Ethereum, and they said here at Agora Dollar, we are building a better USD-backed digital dollar, AUSD. We hold AUSD reserves in a bankruptcy remote fund custodied at a GSIB and managed by VanEck. We believe stablecoins should be public goods. Before we get deep into the gas optimization, let's look at the requirements of our token. Permissionless transfers, upgradable, required for regulatory compliance, pausable, ability to freeze addresses involved in financial crime. And then they go on and on and on. But I've been telling you guys, the stablecoin wars are heating up. And this sounds pretty game changing with the fact that they can reduce the cost as much. So they obviously have to get good market penetration and get adoption from big institutions. Tether USDT is the world's largest stablecoin, followed by USDC, which is issued by Circle. And then I believe it's PayPal's PYUSD. And then you got this. And then Ripple, they're going to launch their stablecoin soon. And guys, I actually interviewed Marcus Infinger, who is the SVP at RippleX, and we did a deep dive conversation on this. This interview is going live tomorrow. Make sure you got the notification bell enabled. Make sure you subscribe to our free newsletter, guys. It's on Substack. Link will be in the description. And I'm trying to bring you all these great interviews so you can hear directly from the people who are building these things and doing the work. So things are heating up. I'm bullish. And despite any volatility we may see in the market and much more, things are moving in the right direction. And like I said, have a plan, be prepared. I don't know what announcement we're hearing from Trump or Elon this week. And you got the ETH ETF launch tomorrow. Plus, there'll probably be some big announcements. I've been telling you guys, watch Dell Technologies. I believe they're going to announce they've added Bitcoin to their balance sheet, and we could see some other companies as well. So exciting times, folks. Leave your thoughts and comments below. Let me know what you think. And folks, don't forget to grab a copy of my book, Rethinking Crypto. It's available on Amazon in digital and paperback. It's also available on barnesandnobles.com. Grab a copy to support the podcast. Grab a couple copies for your friends and family who want to learn about crypto. It talks about crypto's past, present, and future, provides investment tips, and so forth. And if you bought a copy already, please leave a 5-star rating and review. It would really help me out. It would really support my rankings on Amazon. So thank you guys. I appreciate you all, and I'll talk to you all later.